What up, guys? We are live. Hope you guys are good. Today is another Thursday live, and we are gonna be talking about a topic that is quite really interesting, and I know you guys will love this. It is providing a solution, and that solution has to do with payments. So you know how we do it every Thursday live. I would like to know that you guys can actually hear and understand me. So let me know in the comment section if you can hear me. Just type Jude. Hey Jude, I can hear you. So we're gonna do this until for the next 5 minutes. So everybody can come on and we can start having this conversation. So if you can hear me, I want to know that you can hear me. Just type in the comment section, Jude, I can hear you. Okay, I see you guys. I can see T-Buzz, Jude, I can hear you. Godwin. Okay. Then we'll have Mr. Bako Johnson. I look forward to every Thursday to just have this conversation with you guys. Just I can hear you, Uche, right? So, the next thing is let me know where you are. Okay, Ansem, Aiba, I think I've seen Ansem for the first time. Ansem, I don't know. Or Anselm, Crushwing, Mark City, you're welcome. So let me know. Let me know where you are watching from or where you're participating from. So let me just give me the city and the country. So Mnan Choko is here in Port Harcourt. Uche is in Port Harcourt. Okay. Fabio Diaz, I see you. From UK, London, Baku Johnson, you are welcome. Daniel Choko from Enugu, Nigeria. Yeah, somebody from the north. We have Joel, Daniel, Kaduna, Nigeria. Then someone is from, let me not miss it. So if I miss yours, please don't be don't be vexed with me. So I have Uyo from Uyo, Crush Wing, Algeria. Case youngest is watching from Algeria. Then Godwin Aji Makodi, Benue State. Yeah, I'm seeing Makodi for the first time. It's nice to have you, Godwin. I think I'm going to bring someone that trades crypto a lot. That's Makodi. I've actually been to Benue State quite a number of times. Ikeja, Nigeria, Anthony. Mattel Brand from Lagos. Okay, from Biafra land. Okay. Oh, I miss yours. Please just Hozo TV. Admani, I didn't just could you okay Abuja, Nigeria, yeah, Hozo TV, Abuja, Nigeria. I think I call it now. We have Benin. We have someone from Benin City, Nigeria, and that is Engineer Gaming. Then Frank Digital World from Makodi. You guys from Makodi, I'm going to bring someone from Makodi that is actually really, really good in trading very soon. Yahaya, that is Edo State. Chidebere from the UK. Okala, okay, good evening, Mr. Frederick. Okay, Zach, Zaki Biam from, that is Benue State. Roy Okafo, I believe. Investor Roy from Enugu State. Enugu State have a lot of crypto lovers and crypto enthusiasts. No wonder Binance had to hold the one of the events there. So, guys, it is um 9:21:05 here in Nigeria, and it's 5 minutes from the start time. And we've come to the end of this. So what we're gonna proceed. If I didn't call your name, don't worry. Next time, I'll try not to miss it. So we're gonna proceed. So what we have today is, I'll just go ahead and share my slide. Right? Let's wait for it to load up. So how do you get paid in crypto? Right? Um, this I could go from this. I could go from different angles here. How do you get paid in crypto? How do you have a US account to receive payments? And we are going to be asking a lot of questions to the CEO of this particular company that helps provide this service, which is Jonathan Chester. He is here. I'll be bringing him on, right? Yeah. Sorry, I missed Ujana Tech from Uganda. I was okay. I'm not in Uganda. I'm not meeting Uganda. So we're bringing on. I'll bringing him on. Then we'll ask him a couple of questions with regards to getting paid in crypto. We'll ask some questions with how do you guys, let's say you work here in Nigeria, you work for a company abroad, right? And you want to get paid and you don't have a US account, you have a UK account. How do you still get paid? So these are the things we're going to be discussing today with Justin Chester, that is the CEO of a BitWage. The company providing this service is called BitWage. Now, I'm just going to give you a brief summary of who he is, then maybe a brief summary the of the platform. Then we'll bring him on, and he just give us a full detailed rundown, and we get to ask our questions. Hope you guys are ready to ask your questions. So I'm bringing on Mr. Justin Chester, Jonathan Chester rather. He is the co-founder and CEO of BitWage. He has been in the Bitcoin industry as an early adopter since 2013. Jonathan is a contributor on Forbes for all things Bitcoin and related. He has been featured in Entrepreneur magazine, consulted members of the European Parliament regarding the regulation of blockchain industry, and Deutsche Bank and regulators at the Amsterdam Institute of Finance. So he's the CEO of BitWage. So BitWage is basically this. It is the most popular blockchain payroll and human resource and invoicing platform. BitWage has performed over 100 million transactions with over 50,000 users based all around from over 100 countries. BitWage enables anyone to receive part or all of their wages in Bitcoin and stablecoins globally. BitWage offers unique jobs, flexible distribution, and reduced payroll costs. Now, there's a lot that Bitwit offers, and there are different ways you can actually get split your payments in different currency and even fiat. Now, a lot of workers from different companies use the service, and this is just a few of them. So I have Airbnb, Facebook, World Health Organization. So the workers of this company actually use the platform to get paid from anywhere in the world. And the sweet thing with Bitwage is this: let's say I'm in Nigeria and I work for an international company, let's say Facebook from here in Nigeria, and I have to get paid, and it takes a lot of time for the payment to get to me. What Bitwage does is this: it reduces that time because I'm getting paid with the US account they've given me, which is faster, and I can choose to receive that payment in Bitcoin, which I can even sell for a higher amount. So, without flogging this issue more, I'm going to bring on Mr. Jonathan Chester to tell us more about Bitwage. Jonathan, you're welcome.
Hey, thanks for having me here.
I don't know if I did I don't know if I did some justice so far with regards to the Bitwage platform. So could you tell us more? What is Bitwage?
Sure. Yeah, I mean, you did a good job, but I'll just sort of rehash it again in my own words. We're the leading provider of Bitcoin and stablecoin payroll invoicing and benefit services. We are processing about $80 million annually with over, as you said, 50,000 registered users on the platform, paid out over 100 countries to date. We've been around for quite a long time. We've been around since 2014. So what I like to say is that myself and my co-founder have really been in the intersection between blockchain and payroll invoicing services the longest in the industry. Been doing it before people were really thinking about this. And we have two different products. You were mentioning our B2C product, where we can actually provide you or generate for you a unique bank account in the US, the EU, the UK, which you can attach to an invoice and invoice your client, or connect to a payroll platform as a direct deposit, which anyone around the world can use this, and they can get paid from clients across the US, the EU, the UK, Canada, a few other jurisdictions, and then we also have our B2B product, which is for companies that are in these places. So if you're a US company and you want to pay workers around the world, you can sign up to us, invite your workers, freelancers, contractors, gig workers, employees, and pay them for the service as well. The key thing here is that people are choosing to get any percentage of their salary between a mix of Bitcoin, stable coins, or their own local currencies.
Okay, great. So you said something that if you're a US company, you can choose to sign up with BitWage and pay your workers, their salaries in, through BitWage. Is it only US company, or can any company around the world decide to use BitWage?
So any company around the world can decide to use us. The main limitation is our banking rails, really. For instance, we actually have a company that's a Japanese company that's using us. And then their workers are around the world, and some of them get paid in crypto, some of them get paid in fiat, but they are funding their payrolls with cryptocurrency because we don't have a Japanese yen functionality. So if you are a company in in Nigeria, you could use us, but you would be funding the payroll with cryptocurrency, dollars, euros, pounds, as the such. Our platform doesn't accept Nigerian naira for funding a payroll, but we can receive any of those methods from any company, and we can pay out anywhere as well.
Okay, so what you're saying is that for US companies, you can receive fiat and pay out in any currency, right? You can pay out in cryptocurrencies, right? Bitcoin and other stable coins. But for countries outside of the US, they have to fund the account or pay through BitWage in crypto. Is that
Yeah.
it?
So let's say if you're a worker in Nigeria, like a freelancer in Nigeria, and you've got a company in the US paying you, that will work. The company pays, into a US dollar account we provide to you, and then we convert it into, Bitcoin or stable coins delivered directly to your wallet, at any wallet, at any exchange, whatever. But if you are a company in Nigeria paying Nigerian workers, if you had a US bank account, you could fund with dollars, or you can fund with cryptocurrency.
Okay, great. I think I get that now. So,
Yeah.
why did you start BitWage? Were you having some kind of what feedback did you get from people that made you start BitWage?
Yeah, I mean, I was a bit crazy, I think, back then. 2013. That was almost 10 years ago when I kind of began embarking on this adventure. I left my job to do BitWage full time in 2014, and at the time, in 2013, I was working at Oracle. One part of their 100,000 person machine. You really feel like just a cog in a machine at this place. And so
Okay.
I made it my mission to just learn every single day. So I would try to learn something new that I had not known before every day. And I came across Bitcoin. And I was just enamored by, the ability to provide financial sovereignty, to remove yourself from the banking system, to bank the unbanked, and to increase efficiency throughout, the global payment systems. So I went down the rabbit hole, and about a month later, I came out this obsessed Bitcoin guy. So I'm going around telling people, you gotta buy Bitcoin, you gotta buy Bitcoin, you gotta buy Bitcoin. And everyone thought I was insane. But the price at that time, it was like going up from $200 to $1,000. And I was like, I felt really confident, and got a lot of friends to like purchase Bitcoin. And then it crashed, for $1,000 or $300. And they were, upset with me. They hated me at that point. um, they love me now, but back then they were upset. And but what happened in all of that is one of my coworkers, do
I
another
hope they didn't have their money in Mount Gox.
what?
I hope they didn't have their money in Mount Gox. They didn't have their Bitcoin in
Oh
Mount
yeah,
Gox.
no, they did not have their money in Mount
Empty
Gox.
Gox.
Yeah,
I hope they didn't
actually
have their money there
there was actually
when
there
you
was
told them
actually like
about it in
this.
2013. I
There
don't know.
was
Can you hear
actually
me?
I can hear you, but I think there's a
I
lag
think
happening.
your network seems to be lagging a little bit.
Yeah, 1 second.
Okay, guys, I think you just went off to change his internet. Just he'll be back soon. So get your questions ready. BitWage allows. So let me just give you an example. Let's say you um work as a freelancer for, let's say, Fiverr, right? Fiverr gets to pay you with PayPal, right? And it happens that Nigerians, for example, cannot accept PayPal, right? You can't receive money through PayPal. BitWage becomes an option because they can actually give your bank account and get paid through BitWage. So these are some of the utility as a freelancer working on different platforms abroad, because I know a lot of Nigerians work for different companies abroad. So it gives you an opportunity to actually have um, an account, a US account, and still get paid through that. So I'm talking from the individual standpoint.
Sorry about that.
Jonathan, you're back.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Okay, let's proceed.
Okay.
That's fine. It's fine.
Okay,
I can
cool.
hear you
Well,
fine.
we'll just go and roll with this. So yeah. So I what happened was there was another crazy Bitcoin guy at Oracle, and our coworkers connected the two of us. We got together, and we were like, we believe that this technology is the future. And you got to remember, back then, Ethereum white paper was not even out. So Bitcoin was really the only thing that mattered in the space. Um,
Yeah.
and um, and so we got together and we looked at what were the different parts of the industry that were being addressed, right? There were exchanges for you to get your Bitcoin, there were wallets for you to store it, there were merchant processors for you to spend it. But once the Bitcoin got to the merchants, there was no way for them to then have a service that can then pay that back to the workforce, which means you didn't have a full closed loop, a full closed financial loop. Which means that Bitcoin and thus cryptocurrency could not sort of exist in its own ecosystem. So we said, let's be the first ones to do this. So we went out. I started calling all the different merchants that were accepting Bitcoin, saying, "Hey, would you pay your employees Bitcoin if we offered that service?" And we had enough people say yes that we decided, okay, let's go ahead, let's do this.
Oh, okay. Fantastic. So how has it been since then? What are the challenges you guys have faced from the onset? I didn't know BitWage was as far back as 2014. That's a long time with regards to cryptocurrency. So what are the challenges you're faced with, say, people getting to adopt BitWage?
Yeah. So back in 2013, 2014, I mean, it was a much different market back then. When people thought of Bitcoin or cryptocurrency, they were thinking about hacks or drugs, Silk Road, whatever, right? Like Silk Road, like that whole fiasco happened sort of during our process here. Um, and basically, all those merchants that we had talked to, they actually were skittish back then. It was hard to convince companies to pay their employees in Bitcoin. And that's how we created our B2C product, which is the one that you were talking about earlier, where anyone can sign up and get paid a portion of their salary in Bitcoin. And after we launched that, what we saw was that there was this dramatic adoption internationally. And that's how we ended up creating our international product, which also helps people get their local currencies as well. So we grew a lot. We had a Philippine business and a Brazilian business. And then in 2020, this amazing mixture of events happened for us, right? Obviously, it wasn't great for a lot of the world. We had been profitable, but we were not growing that much for a couple of years at that time. And the huge growth in remote work, in cryptocurrency, and sort of this great resignation event that's happening in the United States all came together, and we just blew up. We doubled in 2020, again in 2021. Looks like we're going to do it again now. We were bootstrapped basically until then. Now we were able to raise about $3 million, and we grew our team from 10 people to 30 people. So it's been a wild ride. Of course, it's come with its challenges. I think that the biggest challenge has been navigating regulation in banks, which is why we have a very sophisticated regulatory group within our organization. About 10% of our employees are focused on that, so that we can have rock solid, high quality banking relationships to help service our customers the best way possible.
Okay, great. So, from the individual standpoint, let's say I get paid, right, through a bit. How long does it take for me to receive my payment, say in Bitcoin?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So it's either same or next day. That's about how long it takes for the funds. Now, sometimes people get confused because they believe that the funds have been sent. And that, I think this is like a common issue for freelancers, is like they send the invoice, but the company doesn't send the money to them. If they're doing an international wire, of course the problem is, like, did they send the money get lost? It can take a week or 2 weeks for the money to get there. For us, when the funds hit us, we're able to tell you exactly when the funds have hit us, and then we deliver those funds same to next day into the wallet of your choice. And the other great thing about that,
you have users from over. Go ahead.
Okay, yeah. So the other thing is that because it's a local transfer, that transfer happens incredibly quickly. And then when we do the international transfer, that ends up being a direct transfer. So we know, basically, we have a much higher degree of transparency where the funds are. It's much harder for that money to get lost in our system compared to a normal bank wire transfer.
Okay, but I understand that if I work for a U.S. company from here in Nigeria, or from anywhere in the world, because I know that you guys have clients from over 100 countries, right? So,
Yep.
if I receive, say, the money in US dollars, can I choose to say I want 20% in Bitcoin, like say, let's say 40% in Bitcoin, 20% in a stable coin like USDC, and have the rest in US dollars? Can you still pay me the same US dollars?
Yes. So we are able to, if you have a US bank account, we would be able to deposit US dollars into it. If you were in Nigeria, the way that would work is you would choose, I would want 20% of Bitcoin into, my cold storage wallet, another 20% of Bitcoin to go into my trading wallet, and then the other 60% to be stable coins to my main to my stablecoin wallet, and then you would work with a local exchange to be able to convert that into Nigerian naira when you need to spend it, and then you can just store it in Bitcoin and in stablecoins until then. If you happen to have like a U.S. bank account or a Euro bank account or pound or one of the various currencies that we offer, we would be able to also directly deposit into those those bank accounts.
Okay, okay, I get that. So another thing is, does BitWage hold users' funds? Can I
Yeah.
can
So
I leave
Bitway,
my phone say in BitWage, or is it just go
Yeah, so
ahead?
so so Bitwage is not a custodial service. You could think of Bitwage like any other kind of depository system. Um, so when your employer wants to pay you, they don't tell you, hey, you need to have, I don't know, a BNP Paribas account, right? And if you don't have that, well, sorry, you can't get paid, right? They say, give us, your bank account number, your IBAN number, whatever, and we deposit into that. We provide that kind of functionality, and we do this for a variety of reasons. One is, from a almost like a moral perspective, I want to encourage people to have non-custodial wallets. And so we would be that service that allows you to direct deposit into that non-custodial wallet. Of course, not everyone does that, but everyone, if they don't already have it, will eventually have their own preferred wallet. In 5 years, major banks, big fintech companies like PayPal, big tech companies like Meta, Facebook, Google, they're all going to have their own cryptocurrency wallets, and you are going to have your preferred one, your MetaMask, your Ledger, on your phone, on the exchange.
Yeah.
And we provide that service that allows you to direct deposit into whatever wallet you want, or split between multiple different wallets. So you can go into your cold storage, into your debit card, um, and wherever else you want your money.
Okay. Somebody's asking a question here. Let me just take this question. It's asking, are there any charges for the service?
Yes, yes, there are charges to the service. So we charge 2% on stablecoins. Um, and I mean that's pretty much it. I know for what ends up happening when you get paid in these stable coins at 2% is that you get access. You still get access to some of the best rates in the world, right? In Nigeria, for instance, when you sell a stable coin into Nigerian naira, you're going to get incredible rates, much better than what you would be able to get from a traditional wire transfer. So some of the value here is that even though we're charging that amount, you're gonna be able to get access to the best rates in the world. If you were trying to get paid through like a Payoneer or PayPal or TransferWise, you just wouldn't be able to get the same amount of money at the end of the day. I think it's really not um, such a bad amount for the amount of money that you're going to be able to get and save, and the time you're going to be able to save at the end of the day.
Yeah, I can relate with this very well because I sometimes I render services to companies abroad, and Nigeria we can't accept payment in PayPal, right? So I have to use a friend in Germany to get the payments. Then to get it in naira, you know, like 30% of the money is gone by the time I receive the phone. So I think Bitwage makes it quite easier, right? So I'm actually going to try it out to see how well the service is. Then another question is this: what was the question I want to ask? Okay, so when looking through this website, I saw 401k. This 401k, it's more like a kind of retirement plan, but it's for the service is only for the U.S. citizen, right?
Yeah, so 401k. is a US based tax vehicle. So the way that it works is either you can invest pre-tax dollars into the 401k, which means that you're not taxed on your income. It goes in, you have more money to invest, or you can do post-tax dollars and through a Roth. And the value of that is actually um, the not only do the funds grow untaxed, but when you withdraw them at your retirement, there's no tax on that at all either. So if you think you're going to have a lot of gains in the 401k, which that's personally what I would expect, um, then a Roth will often leave you with more money at the end of the day, right? Um, so, but it is a U.S. This is a U.S. based product. I don't really know if there are such kind of tax incentives in places like Nigeria. I know in Europe there isn't really. So you really got to look at it on a country by country basis to see where you can offer this.
Okay, so for a Nigerian wanting to sign up for BitWage, what are the criteria to just sign up?
Well, yeah. So when you sign up, you basically need to have an ID, a valid ID, and you need to have a company that's paying you from abroad. You have those two things, and you have a cryptocurrency wallet. Um, you can be set up, and even if you don't, we actually recently had launched a partnership with the Casa wallet and and Edge wallet, which are two amazing non-custodial wallets. So if you don't have a wallet, you can easily just on our platform get a wallet and pass the public key to us through a QR code. And I think that particular functionality is
Oh,
very
okay,
important for new
okay,
people, right? Because I think that people who don't know very much about cryptocurrency don't know very much about public-private key
yeah.
cryptography. Like, what is a public key? How do you find it? What does it mean to pass it on somewhere? And we want to remove that friction for someone that knows nothing, right? And we want to do it in a way where we don't have to be a custodial wallet. And so what we've done is we've done these partnerships with these, really top quality, top tier wallets, non-custodial wallets in the space, so that you can seamlessly pass a public key to us without knowing anything, without any risk, as easy as scanning a menu with a QR code, right?
Oh, okay. So for to sign up, I just have to um, go to bitwage.com, then create an account and carry out KYC,
Yep.
right? Just to get started. And of course, have a non-custodial or have a private wallet. So let's start taking questions. If you have questions with regards to BitWage, this is the right time to actually ask your questions. But how do you have a lot of signups from this part of the world?
Yeah. So Nigeria and Kenya and South Africa in particular, we're seeing growing interest and growing signups from these locations. A lot of our business today is in Latin America and the United States, but we are seeing more and more um, interest in signups, especially from Nigeria on the platform. So we're really excited. Actually, we're trying to build a presence and educate in these markets because we think that our service is something that could be very valuable for um, people in Africa, but I think specifically Nigeria.
Okay, okay, because we're looking at okay, like some person will be thinking, okay, do I really need wage, right? So what are the use cases apart from, let's say I want to get payment from, like I run I do freelance jobs for companies abroad. Apart from that, I think there are there other use cases like Nigerians signing up to a BitWage or signing up to it for.
Yeah, so the main reason would be if you wanted a service to help you get paid from employers in the US, UK, the EU, right? That would be the main functionality here, so that you can get your money faster, you can get your money, much cheaper, right? I mean, as you said before, you're losing 30% through like the traditional means. You're gonna be getting all that back, right? And you're gonna be getting it back faster with way less work and headache involved. So I think that this is really a key thing here. We
Yeah, I,
provide.
I think
Yeah.
I think that all the other ways that people could get paid could use the service is, let's say I own a YouTube channel, right? So
Mhm.
getting paid from AdSense, that can be routed through BitWage. So those that get paid on the Facebook, those content creators that create on TikTok. I don't know how. I don't have a TikTok, but I know they get paid somehow. Those people can
Mm.
actually use the BitWage service. So those that are on Fiverr, the same thing, they can actually use services. Like this is then those working proper for international companies. Uh, that's another way they can do that. So what happened is this: again, you get your money faster, and you make savings on the money that could potentially be lost due to transaction charges.
Yeah, and you make a good point,
Okay, let me
right?
just take some questions.
Let's say you are a freelancer on Upwork, a driver for Uber, um, worker on Fiverr. You could, from anywhere in the world, you could sign up, get your YouTube payouts, your Twitch payouts. It doesn't just have to be like a direct, like, software developer designer relationship with a company. If you're working through a marketplace, and that marketplace is a US or an EU or UK marketplace, we're able to facilitate that transaction. Um, I see here, what's your plan to get into Nigeria fully? So maybe I'll just answer that question. Um,
Okay. The question from Uche is saying, "What's your plan to get into Nigeria fully?" I know this is
yeah,
an interesting idea. So I think one of the plans is just the promotions, right? I believe.
yeah, yeah. So it's promotions. I'm sorry about the lag right now. It's going to be promotions. Uh,
Right.
Jude, you're amazing for having me here. We have some announcements coming up as well, which I think will
I think
will
there's a
will make
lag.
it much
It
easier.
kind of takes time before you hear me. Yeah. Well, go
So yeah,
ahead. Go ahead, please.
these integrations are going to be, pretty. I hope they'll be pretty loud. We're going to be working to make sure that we're bringing education and our service through marketing with, amazing people like Jude, through
Okay.
integrations, and then hopefully, bringing getting a team on the ground as well eventually. I guess, is it just me now? um, so I'm guess seeing that Jude maybe dropped, and it's now just me. I'm going to talk about some of these questions that I see coming up here.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool. Jude
Sorry, I
came
went
back.
off. Okay. Let's proceed.
Yeah.
I think I have another question here. I think I can answer this. And this says, please, does Bitway service contradict with CBN directives on data assets? So let me answer this. So Bitwage is not a bank, right? It just helps with payroll, so it doesn't contradict CBN directive in Nigeria. So what it does is just it helps you to receive payment abroad. You can receive it in cryptocurrency. You can receive it also in fiat in US dollars straight to your Nigerian domiciliary bank account. So you can choose how you want it spread. Let's say you receive $1,000, right? You can say, okay, I want $500 from this in Bitcoin. I want $200 in a stable coin like USDC, and I want the remaining $300 sent into in my bank account in Nigeria in dollars. So that is what Bitwage does.
Mm,
Again, it
I
doesn't
just want to.
contract.
I do
Okay,
want to clarify that we wouldn't send U.S. dollars into a Nigerian bank account. So you would have to have a US bank account for us to be able to pay US dollars into that account. Um, but besides that, like everything that you said is correct, right? We're collecting dollars or euros or pounds on your behalf in countries outside of Nigeria. We're turning it into Bitcoin or stable coins, and then we're depositing it into your wallet. So it doesn't ever actually touch the Nigerian banking system from our side. Um, so it shouldn't contradict with the CBN directive. And then once you have your cryptocurrency, you're able to work with like a local exchange or whatever to convert that locally into naira as you need it. Presumably, you'd be storing in stable coins or Bitcoin, right?
Okay, yeah. But in Nigeria here, we can actually have a US dollar account, right,
Mm-mm,
to receive payments in US dollars. Only that it might take a longer time.
mm-mm.
Okay, I think these questions have been answered already. Can Bitwait make transaction as fast as possible? I think, yeah, it's faster than receiving because um, let's say you're receiving payment from a company based in US, right? You're working for a company based in US, and because it's a local transfer, it's faster than an international transfer, right? So Bitwage, you get it faster in the because it's local transfer in the US, then it is sent to you in crypto, which is also fast. So I think that answers that question. All right, I think that this is about it. So to sign up, I think you just go to bitwage.com. It is BITWAGE. I'll just leave it in the comments. I'll also leave it in the description box. You just go to bitwage.com, then sign up and do your KYC. And if you have, if you already doing a freelance job for companies abroad, you can actually start using Bitwage to get your payments. And when there's somebody asks you, because some people ask me, how do I get paid? What payment I need to get paid? How do I get a US account? I don't have a PayPal and all that. So Bitwage is a solution. This Bitwage is a solution. So those that asked me that question, you've gotten the answer today. So we're just running up.
That's an interesting question. I don't know. I would have to be in contact with those freelancing sites in Nigeria. I would love to talk to them and see if maybe we could do some sort of a collaboration. But yeah, that would be something that we would be interested in looking into.
All right, guys. I think we're going to wrap it up here. Jonathan, thank you for coming to this show. We had a great time with you. Do you have any last words?
I think I really appreciate you having me on the show here. You and your community are amazing. And please check us out at www.bitwage.com.
Guys, I'm going to be doing a dedicated video to actually show you the website and show you the things you can do, and all the services or all the services that are offered on Bitwig. So I'll see you in the next video. Bye.
Bye.